Welcome back to the Property Source and Success Show podcast. And I am Danielle Bell, in case you didn't already know. But today I wanted to tune in with a podcast episode to give you a proper wake-up call. So this is not going to be a motivational quote. This is not going to be a hype girl session. I'm not cheerleading here on the sidelines. But I want to tune in, and today I want to give you a real honest gut punch that you just might need to hear. Somebody listening to this podcast today will need to hear this, because I learned something the hard way. So let's get into it. A few Sundays ago, I think it was about 3 Sundays ago, I found myself driving around one of the areas that we invested. Well, we still invest quite heavily there, but it was the area that I first pinpointed for my first investment project, which was about 6.5 years ago now. Full disclosure, I wasn't just out for like a leisurely Sunday drive, far from it. I was actually low-key stalking a property in particular. So a tenant of mine in the area had mentioned that the neighbours were maybe thinking about selling. And I thought, well, I could take a little sleuth spin around on a Sunday when people are out and about, slower pace, and let's see if I can maybe catch the owner around about the property, maybe outside, maybe taking the groceries in, hardcore proper stalking them. Now, as I turned the corner onto Woodvale, which is an area in West Belfast, as I turned the corner onto Woodvale, bang, smacked right in the face. Now, not literally, but kind of emotionally, it was a bit of a punch. Right there on the left-hand side was a house that in all reality should have been mine not all that long ago. In today's episode, I want to break down a couple of things about the significance of that property. I want to talk about the fact that that was the exact deal that I let slip through my fingers. I want to talk to you about the real cost of waiting, and that does not just mean cost in terms of money and financial cost. And I want to talk to you about why hesitation is one of the most expensive decisions that you can make in your property business. So let's take a breath, Danielle, and take a step back. So about 5 years ago now, I had this 3-bed terrace sitting on my desk. It was an off-market opportunity that had come through. And if you know me, if you've been following my content for a while, the off-market came from a local letting agent. It was in a solid rental area. The asking price was £90,000. It was actually slightly under the market value. It needed a little bit of love. And when I say a little bit, I mean cosmetic. So new carpets, definitely. A fresh lick of paint throughout the property, absolutely. New furnishings, nothing major, nothing structural, nothing that was going to cost me tens of thousands of pounds, nothing that was going to be flagged up as a risk on a survey. It ticked every one of my boxes. I had the investor lined up to go to furnish the purchase of the property. And again, you know, even 7-8 years on now, we use investor finance for almost every property purchase that we have. Raising finance has been the single biggest skill set that I have mastered in the 8 years that I have been running my property business. It means that no matter what my bank balance says, if a deal comes in that I know is a no-brainer, I can call upon any host of investors, and within 30 minutes I'll have money lined up to go. And that's, side note guys, if you're not mastering the art of raising investor finance, you absolutely need to, and it's the only way to scale at speed and build a phenomenal portfolio and a phenomenal lifestyle as a result. But back to this property in question. I had the investor lined up, the deal was tailed up, it was off market, it was via a letting agent that I had done some previous business with. All I needed to do was really fucking simple. All I needed to do was say, yes, I'm going to go ahead with that. But instead, what I chose to do was say, look, let me have a think about it. Let me sleep on it. Because in my head, I was thinking, well, maybe something better is going to come up here. Maybe something that is more suited to me is going to come up. Now, this was a 3-bed terrace, and I usually buy 2-bed terraces, but that was the only difference that there was. Now, this came down to nothing more than greed, thinking that something better was going to come up, and then a little bit of analysis paralysis where I was thinking, ooh, I usually buy 2 beds. This is a 3-bed. Let me think about it. What the? And it was a classic example of, there's going to be a better deal. The next deal's going to be a cracker. I'm going to hold off for that. Fast forward like 2 days, I hadn't got back to the agent. I had dragged my heels on it. And when I did go back to the agent, she rightly said, Danielle, I've moved on. It's gone. And rightly so. Now, I remember thinking at the time, well, it wasn't meant to be. And I remember in my own head saying, that was the right decision there, Danielle. You made the right decision there. It wasn't for you. It wasn't great. From that point, take it on 12 months. From the date that agent put the property in front of me, take it forward 12 months, 1 year. The same house pops up online for sale. It had a fresh paint of coat. It was staged beautifully. There was maybe no more than 10, maybe £12,000 on it. It was up for sale for £140,000. So let me say that again. I was able to get it for £90,000 12 months prior. And in just under a year, it was back online with a cosmetic refurb of a starting asking price of £140,000 from basic cosmetic uplift and good timing. And when I saw it, I didn't just feel like I'd lost that 50,000 in capital uplift from the 90 I could have got it for to the 140 starting point it was now at. I didn't feel like I just lost 50 grand in cash. If I'm really honest, I felt like I lost a bit of time that I definitely couldn't get back. I lost momentum. That's how I felt, because it wobbled me. I lost confidence because it wobbled me. And I lost progress because I did lose out on the £50,000 gross uplift that could have furthered my property portfolio further, faster, quicker. If I'm being brutally honest with you, I felt like a total dickhead for dragging my heels in the first place, for believing that there would be a better deal, for believing that good wasn't good enough. So on tallying it up, what did I really lose out on? Well, I lost out on 1 year of rental income, gone. I lost out on a perfect light buy, refurbish, refinance, or buy and hold opportunity, gone. I lost a boost to my pension pot, gone. I lost a boost to my wealth as an overall picture, gone. And if I'm brutally honest, I lost confidence. Confidence that comes with doing and not delaying. Up in smoke, evaporated. And I'll tell you, funny how the slightest things can dent your confidence and can have a major impact moving forward. Waiting feels safe. And it wasn't even safety that I was looking for back then that delayed my response. I was just greedy and I thought that something better would come along. But waiting feels safe. It's actually the most expensive decision that you can make, guys, because in property, the real cost isn't just in pounds and pennies. It's in missed chances. It's in lost time. It's in momentum that you'll never get back. That's why I often refer to that particular property as the one that got away, because that's kind of how I felt about it. So if you're sitting on the fence right now and you're hesitating and you're overthinking and you're waiting for the perfect deal, I hear this all the time. If you're waiting for the perfect deal or the perfect time, let me tell you now, your ducks will never be in a row. The time will never be right. Not all the I's will be dotted, not all the T's will be crossed. So take this as your wake-up call. The only thing that is more expensive than not taking action today, this week, this month, is not taking it. And if you know it's time to scale and you're not exactly sure how you move forward or what you should be focusing on or how to actually build momentum or how even to get your confidence back before the year ends, reach out to me. You can catch me on Instagram. I am Danielle Bell Property. You can get me on my private profile on Facebook, Danielle Bell. If you get my daily email blogs, which I know many of you do, just drop me a reply there and we can have a real conversation about what it's going to take to scale your property results and finish strong in 2025. You've still got time. You've still got time, but you do not have time to waste. And there is a big fucking difference there. You have still got time to gain traction and see results this year, but you do not have time to waste. That is it for today, folks. Short, sharp, a real life story from a moment in time where I was lost confidence, lost money, lost momentum. If this episode hit home, if it resonates with you, share it with someone else that would like to hear it. And I will catch you guys on the next episode.